Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. So today we'll do a quick review for my custom transformer The Last Night Voyager house. As you can see in here, this custom has all of the accessories that we would want for a Voyager house. He has his machine gun, and he has tons of smaller gun that he actually used in AO Extinction. He just used them and then throw them away throughout the battle. And he also have some gun from The Last Night in here as well, from the original figures. And to get how this movie accurate, just keep watching until the end of the video. I'll tell you step by step of how to get all of your accessory. Firstly, let's take a look at his details. So here's his face. Let's take off his helmet because this figure, just like all of the other Voyager house figures, he got no helmet. So there you can see his face. His head got painted with all the metallic silver colors that I put on him. Then as for his bird, I use acrylic rusty colors and also a little of silver, so that the color would pop and look a little dirty, just like how he has in the movie. I think this came out really nice. Then over here, I also put a little of bronze colors / silver colors onto the bullet that he has on the shoulder there. A little more just dirty effects on, I guess, his bullet or just armory in general on the two shoulder. And then he also have a whole bunch of other bullet that go over both of his arm. This part, and this part over here. So initially they just look like plastic green like that, and then I just paint it up with silver first, and then go with a little rusty color and a little black color, just dry brushing over the silver. So if you are interested in doing how to repaint your figures by yourself, I have many tutorials out already, so you can probably watch some of them because I use the same technique for every single of my figures, and you would be able to replicate them fairly easily just following those steps. Then as you can see in here, in the chest area, we also have more just silver over most of the part, and then just rusty colors and then black to make the details pop a little more. So that his chest, he also have his little knuckle here. That's really nice. I didn't notice that he has the knuckle over there until I actually painted this guy up. And as you can see in here, this version is actually the KO version of the original Voyager class, because at the time that I wanted to buy these figures is already 2024, so I just have to go with the KO figures. But this look pretty good. The difference is that you can see in here is actually have that mark. All the original figures doesn't have that. And then going down here, there's a little of dirtiness over him because I want to replicate that he's been through the battle, and then of course he had to roll around on the floor a lot, and then he got shot at a lot. So that's why I also put just a lot of dirty color on him. Then down here we have his stumpy leg. He has short leg, and his foot, the feet over here is basically just the wheel. This could have been better, but hopefully when they release our Studio Series figures for House, that figures will be built up on this one and we will have better feet. Here's the back of the figures. So we see that a lot of keyboard part. For the most part, this figure is very good for the design. It has no backpack at all. The only keyboard that may upset some people would be this part over here, but that would be it. Everything else looked really good, and he have really good articulation as well. Just that this feet, they don't really stand up that well, especially when these figures have very top heavy. Okay, so let me take out all of the weapon. Then we can review all the weapon as well to see what specifically all of the weapon that I have on him. And later in the video, I'll show you exactly how you can get them as well. There he is without any weapon. So for the back of the figures, also have just a little of bright bursting silver plus a little rusty and then a little of black colors, just to make the back not totally green plastic color. And there we have Hound. Oh, you also have a little of the headlight here, and on the original figures also just plastic green in there. So if you want, you can just use a little of Sharpie silver and then just paint in there. In this case, I use silver Sharpie and then I also use acrylic rusty colors to brush on there because I don't want it to look too silver. That's why I also use a little rusty color there. Just bronze colors in general would work. Let's give him back his helmet. So here, because it's the KO version, so we actually have this symbol on top of the helmet here. But I also like just paint it over that a little bit because I don't want that to look too clean. And this piece is really heavy on the KO version because it's die cast metal. So this part is very heavy. Let's put this on him again. It's interesting because the helmet is actually a part of him that he used to fight as well. So that's another of his weapon. This guy packed with weapon. Oh, I also have a knife here. So let's take it off. Okay. Oh, maybe let's quickly go over the articulation as well in case you don't know. So this guy, the head can go left and right to that far. Mostly the restrictions in his bird. It get stuck inside his shoulder here, so you can let him go over that. Can look down a little bit. Can also okay, look up barely up, but that's good. And then for his arm, we can go 360 of course, and then there's also a hinge here, goes to 90 degree, and then he has double joints in the elbow. That's really good, double jointed elbow. Then down here we have hand swivel for the hand, and then the same articulation to the other arm as well. Also 360, also swivel here, also double hand, double elbow joints, and then the hand swivel. He even have waist articulation as well, and you can extend this due to just transformation. And then for his leg, it's got restricted, but you can move this part up so that his leg can go up a little higher. He can go back that far, can go side to side like 90 degree like that, do the full spread. Then his knee can go to a little less than 90 degree. Then he also have this rotation right here, just at the top of the leg. Then below the knee, we'll only have this, just the swivel for the feet, and then we also have ankle tilted. For figure from 2017, this ankle tilted is very good. And then the same thing to the other feet. Yeah, so in terms of articulation, he's pretty packed for a Voyager class, especially an old one before the studio series. But this guy looked really good, so even if they just really released this guy in the studio series line, I wouldn't complain too much. Now let's take a look at his weapon. He has a tons of weapons. Let's count them. First one, the machine gun, the original weapon from the Last Night Hound. So I only used those two small guns. We also have like the middle turret part and then the two bigger turret gun. But I think that is not in the movie, so I'm not interested in them. So put those guns there, and then he also have those like grenade launcher. He have two of them. So we already have like 5 guns here. Let's continue. He also have 2 small pistols. So 7 guns so far. Then it has those 2 kind of shotgun as well. This gun looked very similar to the one that Optimus Prime used in The Last Night. So that's interesting. Just different colors but very similar design. And then this gun can collab as well in case you want to store on him or you want to actually let Hound use them. And so we get 2 more gun here. Knight gun here, and then the last weapon is the knight. All of those weapons actually come from a extinction for your glass Hound. That is this Hound over here. And that's exactly the way that I got all of this weapon on my Hound. How you can make your Hound with full accessory. So to do that, there are actually 2 ways for you to do. The easiest one is just to purchase the movie The Best The Last Night Hound. I will tag pictures in here. So that's movie The Best Hound. Actually, it's just this The Last Night Hound with some improved painted application. And then he come with all of this accessory except those 2. Except the Last Night gun. He called all of those accessories in these figures. And he also have like a trunk that cover the back of the cap, and that trunks can use to hold all of the small gun and knife in here. So that is the first way. It's just to purchase that movie The Best figures. But that figures was released in 2017, so it would be hard for you to track that down. Plus, I think the price would not be cheap. I think the original price for that figures was around $50 or leader class price at the time. But then now after 7 years already, that figures price go up astronomically. So keep that in mind. So the second way to get these figures with all the accessory is the way that I did it. Firstly, you can buy this KO The Last Night Voyager Hound. Is still available very wisely on AliExpress or any other website that you can find as well. And he's fairly cheap as well. He's below $20. So this guy, you can get him. He looks pretty nice, honestly. So if we don't have a Studio Series figures, this guy would still fit in any Studio Series collection for sure. I have all of the side comparison videos and all of the other storytelling videos that I did, like try to recreate the scene from the movie between these figures and the Studio Series figures. They blended in very nicely. So there's that. So if you get that figure, of course, you have those guns from The Last Night Voyager house figure as well. And then you have 2 bigger cannon to put on him in vehicle mode. And then you also get like the middle part to actually combine the gun together. So there's that. And then another way is that the other part for the weapon is that you can also get another KO version or official version from the AO Extinction Voyager class Hound. I know that might sound expensive because you have to get 2 figures, but they are not, because this guy is very cheap. He's like $15, $20 at most. So there's that. And then this guy's, if you buy the KO one, there's also a KO version for the AO Extinction for your class Hound. That one will be a little harder to find, but I found it on AliExpress, so you could too. And he also go for very cheap, so like $10 or $15. So if you think that those 2 are $15, this guy and this guy, that's $30 in total. So it's basically the Voyager class price back in the day. This may be more expensive than that, even if they're like 2020, it's still just 40, and that's still better than tracking down the movie The Best Voyager class Hound, because that figures the original price $50. So you can bet that it's not gonna go any cheaper than that. Definitely not gonna be cheaper, if not closer to $100. But if you get this guy, you can keep him in vehicle mode like I do, because of course in robot mode, this Voyager class from The Last Night just way better our figures. But all of the weapon you can give to these figures, and there you have your perfect custom Transformer The Last Night Hound with all of the weapon easily. This gun actually painted them up as well. That's why they look like this. If you buy either the official figures for AO Extinction Hound, the KO or the official version, they all come in plastic gray color for the weapon, because they are monotone colors, so you can paint them up very easily. Just use, like me, I'll use silver Sharpie to apply over them first, and then I use acrylic paint to put on them. You can use metallic colors, you can use silver colors, you can use black colors, that's work too, or gun metallic colors. Any acrylic paint that you can find, you can put on the gun and they would look better. They would blend in more accurately with the figures easily. So those are weapons. Just to give you some ideas of how this guy pair up with the modern 30th series figures, let's bring in some figures here. So we have, here's the core class Mohawk. The style actually fit in really nicely. So Hound is supposed to be 24 feet tall, versus Mohawk is supposed to be 12 feet tall. So Hound should be twice as tall as Mohawk. So I think that scale worked out really well. Of course, this figure is a little shorter than twice the height of Mohawk, but that's good enough. That's the best you can get from 30th series. They look very nice together. I know that they don't really show up together in the Last Night movie, but they still look nice nonetheless. And then here is Rift. Those two often argue in the Articulation movie, and here they are side by side together. Looks so nice. He's Hound wrapping the throat of Rift, just like the movie. Hey, stop the crap before I put a grenade down your throat. Try it, you die. They look so nice together. This 30th series Rift scale perfectly with this The Last Night Hound. That should be the height difference, because Rift is only 15 feet tall, or at least 16 feet tall. At most, he's only as tall as Bumblebee, and this guy 24 feet tall, so there you can see the size difference. And Hound's a big guy, and this figure is way better than the Articulation one because he has the big belly. He's a big guy with a big belly. Not a very model or muscular version and no belly like the Articulation version. Now I take some pictures in there as well. And then we have Crosshair. 30th series number 92 Crosshair. Look at them. Also, just like Rift, they scale perfectly together and they look very nice together. Until the 30th series, 30th series Hound come out, this could be the best we get. And I don't know when that 30th series Hound will come out, and even if he come out, I bet that he would not come with all of these accessories, because this is like a one-time deal. After that Articulation Hound, we have never gotten any figures actually have this many accessories. And House, honestly, he used a tons of accessories in Articulation, and he's an incredible robot in Articulation. Like, he was one of the highlights thing that I remember from that movie, aside from Grimlock and the Night Optimus. But yeah, like, I love this character so much, so to make him come alive, he needs all of his weapons. He needs all of his weapons for sure. So even if the 30th series version come out, it may have better details. I may still buy that figure just to get a core figures. But I'm pretty sure that this will not come with this many accessories. So if you do get him the way you do right now, you definitely can reuse the weapon later on as well. So that's him holding the knife. Take out Crosshair, let's put in something like Bumblebee's 30th series number 49 Bumblebee. Of course, he's not in the same movie, but they scale really nicely, just like Crosshair and Rift. It looks so nice. Then let's put him away. And then here is how he looked next to the Voyager 30th series Optimus Prime number 32, 44, or 15th anniversary. This one is a 15th anniversary version, but they're essentially all the same. They all have the same molded details, just slightly different in coloration. But if you do customization, the slight different colorization doesn't matter that much because you paint them up anyway. So here they are. Of course, Optimus needs to be taller than this to scale well with Hound, because they are supposed to be 4 feet different in terms of height. But yeah, this is the best we can get, and then Hound is like way bulkier than Optimus. We still don't have the Last Night I mean the 9 RAM model in study series. That figure is supposed to come out either this year or next year, 2025. So I'm looking forward to that figures after we have the new updated RAM figures. Oh my gosh, this will look so nice next to Hound. But for now, this is the best we have. And I just give him something of figures that came out in the same wave, at least just for the mold. But of course, like these two, both of them are KO version. But this is the mold, the Voyagers for thelastknight Megatron. They came out in the same years for the same movie. Look at that. They were at the same price at that time as well. Of course, they don't scale together. How is around 24 feet tall and this guy 30 feet tall, so they're supposed to be 6 feet difference instead of their height. But yeah, that's the best we can get for study series. He's scaled better with the later class, the thelastknight movie Megatron, but then that figure is like way too big for any of the other studio series figures. So that's why I go with this guy. But yeah, look at that. Both of them are painted up. This guy actually bought him like this. Check out my other videos. I have other details on there. I basically just painted him up very lightly. Unlike this Hound, where I custom painted him the whole way. Okay, let's put him away. And there's that. That is how you get a perfect Hound Voyager class with all the accessory. Hey, you. Yes, you. Subscribe to our channel. Please, otherwise Megatron might kill me again. And no, I'm not kidding. He's right there. Hey, Josh. So please, subscribe. I don't want to be back in 2 pieces. Your subscription means a lot to us.